Hey everyone, it's Dr. Nick and Mike, Divine Guidance Institute, modern day mystery school. Indeed, it is teaching you the ancient way of knowing so you never get blindsided again. Oh, no, no, no. And we've got quite a story today. Yes, as a matter of fact, our experience with Diddy and his entourage, the flip side. Yes, indeed. Mike?
We're gonna flip it around for you and give you some personal PDiddy interaction story, and it's going to be fun. Okay, so you kick it off, Nick. Where did this whole thing begin?
Okay, back in '98, Michael and I. It was the beginning. I don't know. We were together 4 or 5 years at that time.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to go on a trip. We go to Oahu. We decide to stay at the Kahala Mandarin Oriental Hotel. And we get there. Everything's cool. Within 5 minutes, the entire staff, they know your name. It's like, how the hell they do that so fast? Anyhow, we undo the luggage, blah, blah, blah. We're up and down in the elevators. We get in the car. We're going out to eat. We're going to dinner. And I'm asking the driver, I'm like, what are all these drug dealers doing at our hotel? He says, drug dealers, what are you talking about? I'm like, everyone has on all these gold and diamonds and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thinking we got a bunch of drug dealers running around. He starts laughing. He says, no. He goes, Puff Daddy, at the time, Puff Daddy's here with his entourage and Shaquille O'Neal, and they're doing a benefit concert. And so it's not drug dealers, it's Puffy. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, what the fuck? Well, that makes sense. He goes, as a matter of fact, the Stones were just here. Mariah Carey was just here. So we had no clue, that it was that type of hotel. We just picked the best hotel on the island because that's what we wanted. That's how we roll. Okay. So anyway, Michael.
And that was, we were just enjoying ourselves and having a good time and relaxed. And we had no idea that the Stones had been there, Mariah Carey. And now when we checked in about approximately the same time, same day, the P. Diddy and his entourage at the Kahala Mandarin in Hawaii. So it was really beautiful there. It sat off by itself, totally separate from other hotels.
It's on the other side of Diamond Head. And they often have the U.S. Open, Golf Open there. Yeah.
Real quiet, real nice, beautiful beach, and the best coffee. Literally the best. And
he only thinks about the coffee.
And I get coffee from all over the world, from Mexico and Asia, and had it everywhere. And that's the best coffee I've ever had in Hawaii. And it was personally made for me in front of our hotel, literally on the beach there. They'd come out and did the coffee for me right there. I was like, oh my God, it knocked my socks off. I fell off my chair and laid there for 10 minutes. But the funny part is, okay, we're up in our room, and Nicole says, hey, I'm gonna go down to the pool. And I said, give me 10 or 15 minutes and I'll meet you down there. So I'm still getting ready, maybe 10, 15 minutes pass, and I'm headed down to the pool. And it was kind of interesting because going down the stairwell to the pool, which really sat right next to the beach, you could see the beach from the pool. The sand came right up there almost. I'm looking down at the pool because we were up in one of the higher floors, and I'm going down the stairs, but it's all glass, enclosed glass, not cement walls or anything. And I can look through the glass and see all the way down to the pool. And I'm going down the stairs looking at the pool, and I'm seeing this group of people, this group of dudes with all this bling and gold on. And there's 18 or 20 of them at least. And they're all sitting together, all quiet, listening. And then it's like they're doing something, like doing some kind of chant or so. I couldn't tell, but I'm looking at them. And I thought, oh my God, there's a class going on. Who is teaching this class? Who are they listening to? And then I looked, and it's Nicole standing there all by herself, kind of raised a little bit, standing. It looked like she'd been standing on something, and they were all kind of looking at her like she was the guru. I thought, what the hell is this? And why is this going on? And as it turns out, I get down there and go out to the pool, and she's really giving them a lesson or a small class on the hue, H-U.
One magic word.
One magic word. And she was literally sharing one magic word with them, and then encouraging everyone to join in a group hue chant, which they were. And boy, did they love it. They loved one magic word.
Yeah, they were really cool. They were real open to it. And this was how many years ago now? This is 98. So, I mean, we're talking what? How many? What are we talking? 27?
Yeah, 27 years.
Holy shit. And, now back then it was very different than now. And most people were not open to this type of thing at all. But nonetheless, we were holding court and hewing at the pool. Puffy, at the time it was Puffy. Okay. Yeah. PDiddy, Sean Combs, whatever you want to call him. Nowadays, he was not at the pool. Neither was Shaquille O'Neal, just the entourage. So we hung out, and then Michael joined in, and that was the most of it. We kept running into them throughout, and yes, they invited us to a party later that evening. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And we were cordial. We didn't, we said, yeah, maybe we'll see you down there. Mm-hmm. And we kind of left it vague and open. But intuition, gut feeling, here's the deal. And this is the whole story in the nutshell. The inner said no.
Yep.
The inner said no. And you could have easily been misled with ego, and you're on a vacation and all this bullshit. But the inner said, no, don't go. Don't go.
And it didn't feel right. It just did not, to both of us. Inwardly, it didn't feel right for me to be going to the party. No reason outwardly. I mean, sure, hey, we'd have already chatted with the whole entourage, and they loved us, and we were interacting, and it was a lot of fun. But the party invite somehow did not resonate inwardly, just did not feel right. And I always pretty much follow that intuitive nudge. I mean, it saved my life in Vietnam. It allowed me to sidestep adversity so many times, I can't even tell you. I wouldn't be here on this planet if I didn't follow my intuition. Trust me. It's kind of like that. It allowed me to sidestep adversity and not get hammered, not get blindsided. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So. Okay. There's a lot of talk. I mean, he's locked up. TMZ's done a 3-part deal on Diddy. There's a lot of interviews and whatnot. And this is why we started the nonprofit, Divine Guidance Institute Modern Day Mystery School. It is a crisis. It is a public crisis. People keep getting fucked over. People keep making the wrong choice. People keep getting blindsided. People keep getting burned. And Diddy himself. I mean, we're not just talking about the people that attended the party, the potential victims. I mean, all this is ongoing. So who knows what end is up. But let's even just talk about, Sean Combs himself getting blindsided by all of this that was coming his way. That he
had no idea.
But he did.
In a lot of ways, he had no idea that was coming the way it was coming and how hard and fast it was coming. And it literally blindsided him, even though all of this, he'd been indicted, federal indictments, sexual trafficking and misconduct, and it goes on and on and on. And the interesting part is Puff Daddy, PDiddy, wasn't able to get the hue. He wasn't there. He never received the hue. And that's a big deal.
Yeah, let's back up. Let's back up to the Kahala Mandarin in 98. When I was sharing the hue, one magic word with everybody. He was not there. You're right. And that was a big point to this whole talk and this whole podcast today, was that had he been given the hue then, one magic word, and had he added it to his daily regime, things may have turned out differently. It has such an impact on one's state of consciousness and their choices. It turns you into the best version of yourself, literally. And what does that look like? Your higher self, your godly self, the loving part of you, not the fucking crazy ego part of you, not the a sex addict part of you, not the angry part, the higher self. And that's what ends up running the show. So, everything's in its place and everything is what it is, but we're just pointing out that that he could have had a different experience had he learned of one magic word back then. Okay. Now, present day, back to getting burned and blindsided. We were warned then. Not essentially warned. We were just told, the inner voice, don't go to the party. Do not go. So we didn't. And that was the end of it. Now, decades later, you see why the inner voice was like, don't go. And we didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Looking back now, would I want a history of what went on at those parties? Maybe somebody has it on film and now it's showing up on Facebook or whatever. It's like, whoa.
Well, who knows? And who knows even what's true and what isn't. But the point is, once again, trusting your gut, not getting burned, not getting blindsided. And like I said, it goes for the victims, the potential victims, right? Okay, they let their ego run the show. Like, I'm sure, well, there's no doubt, they all had a gut feeling, don't go to the party or leave at a certain time or what have you. But the little self, the ego, ran the show. And so they went because they had a motive, whether it's to get a record deal, or just to hang out with some celebs, or just to be in that atmosphere. The little self, the ego, runs the show. And it does for most of us all the time, 24/7. That's where the struggle comes in. That's why we make poor choices. And once again, that's why it's a public crisis and the mystery school and the tools, right? So, and even Sean Combs himself getting blindsided. It's most interesting. If you listen to Harvey Levin, TMZ, the very first, because they did three little episodes of the Diddy deal, the very first sentence out of Harvey's mouth is that he was blindsided. Sean Combs was blindsided. That's straight from Harvey. And I thought, holy shit, if that doesn't bring the mystery school full circle all the way home of not getting blindsided. It's in the headlines every week. Even Lizzo, and this is a quote, I was blindsided by my backup singers, or dancers rather, with the lawsuit. Blindsided. That's what goes on today. And with these tools, starting with one magic word and then using dreams, signs, and your gut, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And even if let's just say it happens, okay? Maybe it used to happen 99% of the time, and now it's down to 3%. Like, the odds of you getting blindsided, and once you start using the tools, because they're on autopilot, So it changes everything.
Yeah, it changes everything. And that's how powerful the hue is. Even J-Lo, what she said, right out of her, she got blindsided by Ben Affleck and what went on and the divorce and the houses and the property. It totally blindsided her. And, back to Diddy and the story, had he received the hue, what it does is gives you a snapshot of what's coming around the corner. So you can sidestep adversity. And even if you're unable, even if you can't sidestep it directly, you already know it's coming. It softens the blow, and you can take some action to make it a lot less impactful, powerful on you. So you get the softening of the blow. And had he had that tool, things probably would be very different for him now. That's how powerful it is. That's why we call it one magic word. That's like an understatement. It's more than magic. It works, and it works 110% of the time, and it works instantly. And we start getting a snapshot of where's our life going and what's coming around the corner. So I can literally sidestep adversity and not get blindsided again. That's how powerful it is.
Yeah. So just to recap, our experience with P. Diddy, with Sean Combs and his entourage, and the flip side. No victims. You're always warned. You're always protected. But then we have free will, right? So there you go. And the little self tends to win out and run the show. So then we make the wrong choice, and then shit gets all fucked up. But so it's kind of twofold. Had he been there at the pool, he would have had the hue, and he would have had an opportunity to do some things differently. And then had he been working with us lately, he would have totally been prepared and known what was coming, like way in advance. Like Michael met me in 3 years ahead of time in the dream state. So like, you're warned way ahead of time. So had he been working with us, things could have been different and turned out differently. And had he been hewing for the past 2 decades, his heart would have softened. The little self, moves over there. The higher self takes control. Your godly self, okay? The best version of you is what starts running the show. So like there's multiple messages and multiple reasons and things that come from our experience with him and the entourage and the party. Yep. Just like we said, saying no, we're not going to the party. What the fuck's wrong with us? Why wouldn't we? We're at the Kahala, and we were invited, and we're on vacation, but nonetheless. So
yep. And it's so powerful that it gives you that snapshot. Even worst case scenario, if Diddy had the hue, and he could hue, and he would have seen what's coming for him. So he could have, there are a lot of ways you can go. He wouldn't be in prison for the rest of his life and not able to get out on bond. They appealed it 3 times with the best lawyers money can buy. They still couldn't get him out on bond. I mean, he would have skipped the country. I mean, I would have. I would be gone and be in El Salvador or somewhere that doesn't, no extradition. And that's a lot better than living in prison for the rest of your life. So that's the way you can use it. You at least can see what's coming. It, sidestep that adversity somewhat. So
yeah, that was really smart to share where you might go if something ever happened. Now the world knows where to look for you, Michael. Guess you need to change that up, huh?
Yeah. Don't go to the Caymans; they'll get you there. All right.
So anyway, yeah, multifaceted, various versions of rather outcomes. Yep. And if you're listening, start using one magic word, if nothing else. We just put this modern day mystery school together. We're still constructing it. It's almost ready to rock and roll. Our signature course is going to be ready within 4 weeks, and we've got several courses to go. As you see, the shape of an octagon, right? The octagon, that is intentional. There's an octagon, and that's representative of a future building. Right now it's virtual, and the courses that will be included in the mystery school. But we're talking, we're going to turn you into a little lethal weapon, a Jedi Knight. You're going to know what's coming around the corner. You're going to know what decision to make. You're going to know if you can't change the future. So Michael said, softens the blow, right? Okay. And trust me, it does. And, we've been working with these tools for 30 years. 30 years tracking this data. 30 years experimenting. So, pretty much got it down. We've got some great formulas, and all this stuff will be released soon. But in the meantime, just start using the hue.
Yeah. Hue it up.
Hue. That's it. Out loud, silent, eyes open, eyes closed, while you're doing the dishes or while you're in a meeting. Does not matter. And I guess we'll sign off.
Yes. Just remember that, most people just miss the point that it's so simple, so easy.
True.
But sound is the solution. Sound is the solution. Yeah. They're using sound today to actually extinguish fires, and they're working on it. And they've got sound does stuff you would not imagine. It is the most powerful thing in the known universe. And you got it with one magic word, easy breezy.
Well, just to go backwards for 2 seconds, we always do this. We close and then we open it again. Here we go. The Bible spoke of the Battle of Jericho. They brought down the walls using sound, using the trumpets. So that lets you know they've been using sound. The world has been using sound and vibration for weaponry, for enhanced knowingness, etc., for thousands of years. Everyone's forgotten about it. We're here to remind you. That's why we're the whole mission. We're here just to remind you so everybody can start waking up. Wake up, wakey, wakey.
So yeah, it opens your heart to love. And
Nice.
I don't advise going into the streets and using sound to kick butt, but you actually can. But it can be used in a multitude of ways. But it opens your heart to love and puts you in a higher state of consciousness, so you can have the life you want to pursue, the life you want to lead, who you are.
No, that was nice. That was real good. So hey, y'all. You can get do-it-yourself books. The books are right there behind us. You want to do it yourself? Hey, check out the books. We're redoing the website, but you can go there now. And of course, you can get a hold of us. You can donate, and please donate. That would be lovely. We're funding this whole thing ourselves up until we get to the point of, receiving donations. That's how important it is, though. It's vital. So we don't care if we have to fund the whole thing ourselves. That's what we've been doing. It doesn't even matter. Use the tools, get a hold of us, start paying attention to your dreams and things, start using the HUE, one magic word. Keep checking in with us because everything's about to open up and explode. Full-blown Scooby-Doo, modern day mystery school in effect. And we will talk to you soon.
Looking forward, guys. Enjoy the day, all right?
All right. Peace out. Dude.
Bye-bye.